Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500 with Elliott Wave Theory. Let's jump into the charts. Starting here on 4-hour time frame, we've had this parallel channel broken, as everybody's probably tracking this one, and breakout traders are getting once in a while lucky here, lucky break downwards, and they are in profits as well. Now at some point that has to be reflected on the price, and those guys should be taken out, maybe, possibly. At the moment on 4-hour time frame, we still have this downtrend going, and without any divergence here on SP500 on 4 hours still. Yet on smaller time frames like 1 hour time frame, we do have to start getting some kind of divergence here. Yet we have not yet taken out these lows that we had around the 17th of November. I do think that there is a liquidity here and on below here, just slide below 39.06. On 1 hour time frame, we do have a very big insufficiency area here, all the way from 38.72 to 37.72. So basically $100 here, with basically no resistance. These resistances here are the main thing if we are going to be keeping those and getting some kind of pullback up higher. If not, then I don't really see us holding too much until these lows here. So that's that. Let's see the divergences still without getting into the count. At the moment, we have already taken out all of the divergence that we had here, so we have cancelled those, and also what we had here from these lows to these lows, we had those, and that resulted in this pump. I don't think we should be applying those same divergence again against this low, because again this is a new structure. However, we do have this trend line coming down, which we are right now at. Also, we had this divergence from these lows to these lows against these, and this again resulted on this pump. So I don't think we can use this either, because again I feel like it is used already. So actually we don't have any kind of divergence at the moment. We are still above this high here on price, and above this low, above this low in price, and above this on RSI as well. So we don't have any divergence. Once we take out this low of around 26.62 around in 4 hour time frame, then we might be looking at some kind of potential breakout here, ending this downtrend and potentially rising all the way up to this area here around the 60s to 70s, and then continue this more this bearish range downwards. These areas would be another area of shorting if again we are getting some kind of three-way structure into that as a possibility. So those are the things I would be looking at on here without the Elliott wave count. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the count itself. So we had a few different ideas. One of them was this ABC. Again, this had some issues here. This is no longer valid. Yesterday we did not even look at that. We had the this kind of count, this diagonal presented before as well, but again this has to be an ending diagonally, a leading diagonal, because on ending diagonals all the subways needs to be 3s, and here we can see clearly that these were 5s. So if we want to be labeling it this way, this needs to be a leading diagonal. So this would be more bullish as a count. So either this would be a wave 1 of something, looking for that wave 2 here, or this would be something else and not a diagonal, right? This was one of the main ones that we were looking yesterday as well. We had two different ones yesterday pulled up, where we had this as a three-way structure, close to 1-to-1, not hitting that, but again that is fine. And I was actually looking at smaller time frame. I was looking at this structure here, expecting to get something like this before we drop down more. I took longs here, but stopped out here. So again, based on these lows. So yeah, I took a small loss here, but I'm still on the short from here. And this definitely did pay me that. And yeah, at least now we are getting some divergence here on 1 hour. We are still respecting pretty much this downward channel or trend here on 1 hour as well. And once this clearly breaks, then we can be taking a look at long positions and potentially doing something like that. Now, this is not very clear what this is actually as a structure, but we'll look into that later once I've covered the higher time frame ones first. The other more likely count was this, where we had this as three-way structure. Again, this looks very decent as a very good looking structure where both the wave W and wave Y are very symmetrical. It is looking really good in that scenario, or that regards, I guess. Then we had this as a possible A wave, ABC here into wave B, not getting to the 1.618, and then now looking for a dump as in the form of C wave, because again the expectation is a C wave if we are taking out the highs of, or the starting point of wave A with the wave B, so we would be creating this kind of structure. At the moment it still looks kind of symmetrical, and we are right around the 1.382 extension. Once we take out the lows of A, then we are looking to starting to end this potential count here. At the moment, I can't really get a good looking structure in here, saying that we would be creating a diagonal here. There was the expanded diagonal possibility, but again, I hate those, trying to fit those into anything. So I almost rather have it like this, although this is again not a diagonal by the measurements at all, because again the third wave here would be larger than first. But let's go through that again later on in just a moment. The idea here was that we would be getting at least the 38.2 retracement, which would be around 38.41. I think the better area would be the 37.777 at these lows, or 37.77. There we go. At these lows, basically holding possibly this order block here around it, because again this insufficiency area is right below or right inside, or this 38.2 is right inside this insufficiency area, so I don't really see us holding that too much, but we'll see. Again, not really clear. Then we had a few different ideas here that did not play out. This definitely did not play out, because again the idea here was that this was the start of something. We have already taken out the lows here, so we can completely cancel this altogether, because again the idea was that we would be creating something like that, and that did not play out, so delete the count. Had some extra things in there, and now let's check out the smaller time frame here to check out actually what we could have here. The original idea was that we would have this as three-way structure, three waves, and then three-way structure like so. This is still possible. However, again, as we have taken out these lows out, it is less likely. I do think that these are kind of impulsive moves. However, the start of it looks very three-wave-ish, so that is going to give us nightmares for the rest of this structure to play out, and we are always going to be having a doubt what this is going to be. There was a possibility where this was some kind of a expanding diagonal. It does not really respect too much of anything. Again, we have taken out these lows already. If this was a 1, 2, 3, or even if this was a wave 1, then this would be third, and then this would potentially be a fourth, but again it is so small compared to this wave 2 then that it doesn't make sense, because again on expanding diagonals these should be larger than the previous structures. So trying to get like from here, it does not really give us that good look anymore. I'm not going to be trading any of these expanding diagonals on any case, although now it seems to be like it could be playing out, but again it's not really clear that it is actually an expanding diagonal. There is many other structures this could be as well. If we are just looking at structures here altogether, this looks like a three-way structure, and this looks like a three-way structure. There is overlap between them, so this could be some kind of diagonal. However, again, as mentioned, it does not really fit into the idea of having this as some kind of contracting structure. This looks more like a channel coming down than anything else at the moment, at least to me, because again, we have to be respecting this price action here. We don't want to be labeling it like this, because again, we're going through those wicks there, or even this. So yeah, pretty much a channel in my opinion. I don't have really a good looking trade setup here at the moment, so we just need to be letting this to play out. And once we see some kind of clear structure forming, as mentioned, we do have that divergence here. On 15 minutes, we even have the divergence from here, but I think that has already played out with having these two both divergence here on smaller time frame. So I don't think that is anything to compare by any more. But again, at least we still have these two general divergences in the chart that are to be played. So if we are creating one more high here and one more low in price and get a divergence, then that would be something that I would be very interested in longing, even for a three-way bounce, even for a smaller three-way bounce. But I think that is going to do it for S&P 500. Not really much of a trade setup here at the moment, just going to be watching how it plays out and enjoying the shorts if you're still in that. But that is going to do it for now. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.